Hello, my dear American friends, scholars, and practitioners. Today we know about the federal court system of the United States. But before initiating the video, show me your support by subscribing the channel as the subscription is free. Also, like the video. So let's proceed. Introduction to the federal court system. First and the foremost thing, the federal court system has three levels. First one is a district court, which you can see here. Second one is a circuit court, which are the first level of appeal. And the third level is the Supreme Court of the United States, the final level of appeal in the federal system. The initial stage, the matter starts from the district court, and if the party feeling aggrieved by the decision of the district court, then it can move to the circuit courts. If, on the appeal level, any of the parties, either the plaintiff or the defendant, feels aggrieved by the decision of the circuit house or the circuit court, moves to the Supreme Court, which is the apex court of the United States. The case is wind up here. The fact is that there are 94 courts, district courts usually, and the 13 circuit courts and one Supreme Court throughout the country. As you can see in the slide number 2, the geographical boundaries of the United States Courts of Appeal and the United States District Court. The states colored in a single are the districts, and there are 13 numbered circuit courts. Fine, you can take the screenshot of this image. Now, the United States District Courts are the trial courts of the US federal judiciary. As there is a federal system in the US, that's why it is known as the US federal judiciary. There is one district court for each federal district court. Let us here talk about the what is the judicial district. See, every state is divided into the districts, but in a judicial system, the state is further divided, not according to the district for the political system, but for the judicial decisions, it is further classified in the judicial district. It may overlap with one or more districts. Let's proceed, which cover one US state or in some cases a portion of a state. Each district court has at least one courthouse and many districts have more than one. District courts' decisions are appealed to the US Court of Appeals for the circuit in which they reside, except for certain specialized cases that are appealed to the US Court of Appeal for the federal circuits or directly to the US Supreme Court. Here I have told you that there are two systems simultaneously running. One is a federal system and one is the state judicial system. So don't be confused here. Now, the federal courts are the courts of limited jurisdiction. Why I am saying this is a limited jurisdiction? Meaning they can only hear the cases authorized by the United States Constitution or the federal statutes, whereas the Federal District Court is the starting point of every case arising under the federal statutes, the Constitution, or the treaties. This type of jurisdiction is called original jurisdiction. Sometimes the jurisdiction of the state court will overlap with that of the federal courts, meaning that some cases can be brought in both the courts. The plaintiff has the choice of bringing the case in the federal or in the state. Have any confusion? Hope so not. Next slide is the cases that are entirely based on the state law may be brought in the federal courts under the court's diversity jurisdiction. I have told you that the purely state law matters will come under the state jurisdiction, but in the diversified jurisdiction, the case can be made. Diversified jurisdiction allows the plaintiff of one state to file a lawsuit in federal court when the defendant is located in different state. Same thing, the defendant can also seek to remove from the state court for the same reason. To bring a state law claim in federal court, all of the defendant must be located in different states other than the defendant, and the amount in controversy, this is the most crucial point, must be more than $75,000 1000 USD. Note the rule for diversity jurisdiction are much more complicated than explained here. So this is a simple example. Fine. Move to the another slide. Criminal cases may be brought under the diversity jurisdiction. States may only bring criminal prosecution in the state courts. Let's see. Criminal cases are different from the civil suits. That's why here saying the criminal cases may not be brought in the diversified jurisdiction as crime is the subject matter of the particular state. That's why state may only bring the criminal prosecution in the state courts and the federal government may only bring the criminal prosecution in the federal courts. So the starting point is what? The state. Also important to note that the principle of double jeopardy, which does not allow a defendant to be tried twice for the same charge, does not apply between the federal and the state government. If, for example, the state brings a murder charge and does not get a conviction on whom the charge has been framed, it is possible for the federal government in some cases to file a charge against the defendant if the act is also illegal under the federal laws. Means here we can clearly see that double jeopardy is not applying at this stage. Next one is federal judges and the Supreme Court justices are selected by the president and confirmed with the advice and consent of the Senate, and they hold their offices during their good behavior. Means there is no some specified term that up to the 60 years, up to the 70 years. What is happening here? Point number two, judges may hold their position for the rest of their lives, but many resign or retire earlier. They may also be removed by the impeachment of the House of Representatives and conviction by the Senate. Throughout the history, 15 federal judges have been impeached due to alleged wrongdoing. One exception to the lifetime appointment is for the magistrate judge. Magistrate judges are, you know, uh, appointed for the specified term. So this is all over for the lecture number one, and we will know further about the district court, circuit court, and the Supreme Court in the point number two. Keep watching and also subscribe and share the channel. Thank you.